Okay, so we are going to play ourselves some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Bloodlines is, as I'm sure you know, and even if you don't, it's based on a tabletop role-playing game that was super awesome, and then got a second iteration in Requiem, which was even more awesome. Bloodlines is a cool game. The original vanilla variant is a little bit iffy. It's super twitchy and glitchy and buggy as hell, and it actually needed a patch just to be able to finish the game the first time around. So we are using the unofficial patch, which is basically fans of Bloodlines decided that it was too glitchy and it needed to be repaired. So what did they do? They went and repaired it. Alright, so this is what you get when you want to start your new character. You can either let the game pick a clan for you, so your clan is like your vampire family. If you've played Bloodlines, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, well, this is at least a solid start to it. So instead, I'm going to pick the clan myself. Now, under clans, you have Bruja, which are your meathead punchy punch guys. Then you've got Gangrel, who are very close to animal. They can turn into wolves and cool stuff. Malkavians, who are the lunatics. Nosferatu are traditionally ugly. In the new iteration of the role-playing game in Requiem, Nosferatu are just creepy. They can be ugly, but they don't have to be. But in this variant, Nosferatu are pretty damn ugly. Toreador are the opposite of Nosferatu. They're beautiful, they're sleek, they're glorious, and they can glide through social interactions. Tremere are your blood magic users, creepy, gross, and Ventrue rule the world. Hashtag no joking. Okay, I'm going to pick Malkavian because Malkavian have very cool abilities. Auspex, iffy as hell. Demontate, though, allows you to spread your madness to other people, which is totes the best. And then Obfuscate allows you to hide in plain sight, which is worth it, trust me. Especially in this game, hiding in plain sight is very cool. There's lots of like grates and stuff that you can hide in, air vents. It's the best. I'm not going to play the male, not because I'm feeling sexist or anything, but because he creeps me out, man. He creeps me out. So we're gonna go with the female, who creeps me out only a little bit less in her weird little outfit that she has on. It's not quite a schoolgirl outfit. It's like cheerleader gone wrong. And put on a bra, chicken. Alright. Excuse me. Then we get to pick a background. Lots and lots of different stuff that you can choose here, but this one is my favorite. It's called the Ninja. You think you're a ninja. Okay, as I said, Malkavians are crazy. Like, a little bit more than just bad crap crazy. They are super crazy. And in this case, she thinks she's a ninja. What this background gives you is it gives you a starting off point in Brawl and one in melee fighting. You can't raise your firearms above 0, which is perfectly fine with me because, honestly, firearms are a bust. And later on in the game, you can't use firearms very effectively against anything because mostly everything you fight then is supernatural. So we're gonna go with the ninja, who is apparently rather against guns because guns are anathema to their code of silent conduct, silent killer, and ducks are also anathema. So that's great. Okay, character sheets. Okay, now, if you mouse over any of these, you will see that on the side here under feats, they highlight yellow, what they buff and what they don't buff. So I am looking particularly for persuasion and intimidate as far as my social skills are concerned. Intimidate is great because you can shake people down for the weirdest stuff. And persuasion is amazing because even though Bloodlines will pretend that it is super balanced, it is super not balanced. So we're going to start off here. See, we don't have any dots in physical because we suck. But we do have 1 dot in social attributes, and we are going to take charisma for the additional persuasion. Mental, I would like to have a higher intimidate And since I cannot get persuasion or, persuasion from any of the others, I'm going to put both of my dots that I have available in intelligence to give myself additional intimidate. I can choose ranged combat, but again, like I said, not a big fan of the guns in this game. And I can choose wits, because wits will give me combat defense and will give me hacking. But honestly, that's something you can pick up as you go along. If you don't start off the game with relatively high social skills, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, under talents, I am going to pick Intimidate, as I said. And of course there you can see there's my brawl dot that I started off with for choosing the ninja. Under skills, I am going to choose security. The reason for this is that lockpicking is partly your bread and butter in this game. You do have a discipline called blood buff, which will give you an additional 2 dots in your strength, your dex, and your stamina, which will mean that you can lockpick much more efficiently, but the difficulty of the locks is going to get higher and higher, and it's just better to start off on a good foot. I don't need stealth, because I'm going to have obfuscate, which allows me to stealth. I don't want firearms, as I said before, and I've already got 1 dot in melee. Okay, so my melee combat is 2. And I'll make it work. You'll see. Okay, then under knowledges. Scholarship gives me persuasion. Now, I'm a bit of a min-maxer when it comes to playing this game, even the tabletop game. I like to put all of my dots in one thing, but that's not always a good idea, especially not in the beginning here. So I'm going to put 2 dots in scholarship to give me persuasion of 4, which is pretty useful for me. And then 1 in computers that I have a hacking of 2. A lot of the time, you will come across a need to hack into somebody's computer for a password or something. In this game, computers tend to hold the keys to unlocking safes and stuff like that. And there's a lot of additional little pieces of garbage that you can pick up that sell for a little bit. And since you start off with very little money, Prince LaCroix is not very generous in the beginning of this game. You need to be able to break into other people's homes. Yes, break into other people's homes, even if you're a nice vampire, and steal all their stuff. Now, for your disciplines, just a moment. For your disciplines, we have the choice of Auspex, which allows you to see things that other people can't. Demontate, which allows you to control other people's minds by basically spreading your madness around. So this is a very cool ability to take, because as you go further up, you can literally cause people to die. You can give them a waking nightmare, causing a heart attack. It's super cool, but that's something we can purchase later on. I want Obfuscate. Obfuscate is the absolute amazing sourceness. So we are going to take Obfuscate, because Obfuscate allows us to do all kinds of stuff. And we're going to name our character, because kind of a character doesn't have a name, right? And then we are going to begin. Okay, now you'll notice that I'm going to talk a little bit over the intro. If you would like me to include the intro later on, for whatever reason it may be without me talking all over it, please let me know. But honestly, the intro is super long, and I'm not going to make you sit here and stare at the screen and stare at my face at the same time. There are subtitles up, so let's go for it. Okay, so we start off in the creepiest looking motel room on the planet. Yes, that is a thong on the dresser drawer. Handcuffs, good God. Why are there no sheets on this bed? Also, this is the creepiest vampire encounter on the planet, I swear. Not because, you know, he's scary or anything, although he is. Malkavian men are super scary. But in this case, seriously, what is up with the bed with no sheets on it? And how many times did you have sex? What's with all the condom wrappers? And the medication. Okay, wait. He is insane, though. The meds might make sense. Also, if we're going with the cheerleader idea, I'm very uncomfortable with this whole setup, not gonna lie. And he looks like he escaped from an asylum. I think she might have been a little before she even met this guy.
Kindred, My apologies for
It's
disrupting any
Prince
business
LaCroix.
or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight
So
is a
Prince
troubling
LaCroix rules LA.
We are here because
That's
the laws
him,
that bind
the stuck-up
our society,
jackass.
the laws that are the fabric of our existence.
And if you
have been
look
broken.
into the seats
As
and the
Prince,
box seats
I am
in the
within my
gallery,
rights to grant
you'll
or
see
deny
that
the
there
kindred
are
of
a
this
hell of a
city
lot of
the
NPCs that you'll
privilege
meet later
of
on in the
silence.
game. So it's pretty cool if
Many
you've
of you
already
have
played
come
the
to me
game
seeking
once
permission,
to see
and
all
I
of these
have endorsed
NPCs hanging
some of these
around.
requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission.
The fun, big,
Indeed,
scary guy over there with
my
the
permission
dreadlocks
was never
is
sought at
the
all.
sheriff. He is
They
the
were
prince's
caught shortly
enforcer
after the
because
embrace of this
LaCroix,
child.
you know,
It
I
pains
love
me to
LaCroix.
announce the sentence,
He's my special
as
snowflake bae.
Up to tonight, I
But
considered the accused a loyal
he
and
cannot do
upstanding
anything
member of
himself,
our
apparently,
organization.
and he needs a big
But as
bad
some of you
gangrel
may
to
know,
save him from himself
The penalty for this
and everyone
transgression
else.
is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
I'm just gonna say, this feels like an unnecessary escalation, dude. Public beheadings are not comfortable for anybody.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their
So
responsibility,
you say, dude.
and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that
This is bullshit!
Ooh, you gonna let him talk to you like that, Sebastian? Stand up for yourself, man. Tell him to sit his ass down. That's what
if
I would
Mr.
do.
Rodriguez would let me finish.
I don't like Nines Rodriguez. He's
I
a
have
pain in the
decided
ass.
to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
He also really likes the sound of his voice, but that's okay. He's special. Some more NPCs that you'll see later on in the game. So many antagonistic NPCs though. And if you can hear barking in the background, I'm really sorry, my dogs are crazy.
There is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to
It's like,
survive.
oh, I'm so sorry I killed this guy right in front of you,
Anyone breaks
but
these
you
laws,
know,
they
shit
undermine
happens,
the well-worn
man.
fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible
Don't be so
for your subsequent
dramatic,
behavior.
LaCroix.
So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity
Flappy, flappy
to
ponytail,
transcend the
flappy,
fate
flappy
woven by your
ponytail.
sire. This
Why
is
they
your
walk
trial.
like that?
You will be brought
It's always
to
one of
Santa
my
Monica.
complaints. They
There you will meet an
they
agent
walk
by
like
the
they're
name of
stalking, which I
Mercurial.
suppose makes sense
He will
in a
provide
way.
the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Well, shove it up your ass, LaCroix. I mean, please give me money. I love money. Okay, so this is the beginning of the game. Yay. That entire thing was the intro, and it is unskippable, but it is a lot of fun, unless you've watched it like 10 times, and I did try to record this like 4 times before I started, so I've seen it a few times. Okay. So your controls are really straightforward. You've got your mouse to pan, you've got your W, your S, your A, and your D, and that's all pretty cool. And now I'm going to show you the best part of this whole game, which is look around you, man. Enjoy the sights. It's like the coolest place in the world. I have literally taken to calling things in front of my face in real life Bloodline settings, because this game has the best setting on the planet. It is super awesome. You will walk into a random tattoo parlor and there will be blood on the wall, and you'll be like, but why is there blood on the wall? And the game will be like, bloodlines? Okay, let's go talk to Jack. This guy. Don't know whether I should love him or hate him.
Just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Okay, so Jack is your intro here to the tutorial, and yes, that is in fact what the Malkavian is saying. Special dialogue options for the Malkavian. Jack is your intro to the tutorial. You can either tell him to go fly a kite in a thunderstorm, which I am prone to do from time to time, but in this case I'm going to go along with the tutorial because there is a free lockpick in it for you. And as I said, picking locks is kind of your bread and butter. You can eventually find keys, but much like with the persuasion issue, picking locks is the best thing to do here. So I want a free lockpick because I don't want to spend $99 on it, so let's freak him out.
What? Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked.
Okay, so random side note, what I did not know until now is that the unofficial patch includes voices in your head if you're playing a Malkavian. So this is going to be entertaining. Ooh, Dark Demon. Yep, sounds about right.
What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa
Sounds like a
Monica with
zombie.
your hide and we'll trade life stories.
It's not a zombie.
Till
I
then,
want to turn around,
got
but he
about
won't let me.
This much time. You in or out?
I want to say out, but you know what? Lockpick.
Right. Why don't we step out back here?
Sure thing, Jackie boy.
Huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
No, dude, I was dragged out of a weird sex night, okay, and then this dude put a stake through my heart and dragged me onto a stage, and then this other dude that I'd had sex with was killed, and here I am.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here.
Jack, you make me uncomfortable,
you're gonna
bruh.
love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, blood, your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time. Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
That giggle is just the best.
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him.
Casual like.
Bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so natural you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Is he gonna become a vampire?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
You can control me. Woo! Actually, he kind of can. So if you do kill this dude, then this part of the tutorial starts again, because of course it does. So we're not going to kill him, which is not as difficult as you may think. You're going to get a little bar across the top of the screen that will show you how much blood you can take from him there. I don't know why we're straddling him. Apparently this is just what we do. Then you'll see the bar on the side is going up as you take his blood. And luckily for us, he has enough blood that we can actually fill ourselves up. And then he's going to stand there looking like a dopey little derpstein. So, yes, some NPCs that you can feed off of will give you more blood than others. If you come across a homeless person, chances are you'll only get like 3 or 4 points of blood out of them.
Yeah.
This whole thing freaks me out. He's way too sexual about this whole thing. I mean, I know there's like this line between vampires drinking blood and having sex and whatever else, but he just... Oh.
That's what it's all about right there.
Yeah, thanks, Jack.
Alright, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living,
Why?
but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Uh-huh.
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life.
I'm hoping you guys can hear that.
Still,
The voices are
chance that it
really
worked
creeping
out
me
is
out.
Not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club. Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire,
Be surprised
that's
how many
real
people
trouble.
that'll kill,
Sunlight,
Jack.
well, you catch a sunrise and it's all
A
over.
lot of things die if you set them on fire. Like
Okay, now.
potatoes.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, buddy.
Inside here, head upstairs. Meet up again. I'm just gonna see what the ruckus is.
Alrighty. Also, don't tell me what to do, you're not my real dad. LaCroix killed my real dad. Alright, so we're gonna hop up here. And we're gonna hop up here. Ah! Yeah, okay, so the hopping thing, it's fine. I swear I know how to do this. I've totally played this game before. Lock, pick. Who wants a free lock, pick? Yay! Okay, literally, if I could bail on this tutorial right now, I would, but
Come down
in it for the
here.
long haul.
Stay away from the windows.
Hey,
It's
Wagglebeard.
Sabat raid. Sabat. They're, Christ, I was almost
Okay,
ready to
use your
shit the
words,
blade.
Jack.
The Sabat. No. They're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
That's classist, dick.
The Sabat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell, put a little heat on the new prince.
You got a problem with the prince, huh?
No time for political rundown. Job one,
Yeah,
get
so
outta here
Anarchs and
alive.
Camarilla really don't
Sabat
like
might
each
be
other,
mindless,
in
but
case
they
that
hit
was in
like a
any way
Mack truck.
unclear.
Raging savages.
Jack
Nothing
is an
legendary
Anarch,
he wants to mess
the
with.
prince is Camarilla. Sort of.
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away.
Hey dude, you got something in your eyes. I want to get that checked out. Vampire opticians? I'm sure it's a thing. So much gunfire. Puppy! And then bugs, cause gross. Yeah. Yeah. And apparently I just stand in the window looking like a derp, but oh well.
Frenzied Sabat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick.
Your
I'll
beard
stay.
is too shaggy
Watch
to
out,
use
you
the
get
word
sent to the
vamoose,
office.
dude.
The door's around the corner here.
Apparently I like invading orifices. I'm good with that. Okay, so... my lockpicking is in fact 3, so I think I can do this without blood buff. As I said, you can use blood buffs to gain some extra skills, but screw it. I don't want to waste my blood on that. So, apparently I break in through the door and Jack just, like, barrels through a
shortcut.
window.
Well, nicely
Okay.
done, though. Not
Savage.
exactly an angel in life, were you? Cool.
Well, that's critical.
Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest and...
Is that what you do in your spare time, Jack? Seems like something you would do in your spare time.
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning. Keep our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck ups ain't
And that was
tolerated.
2004.
Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you. That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla, the assholes that put your sire to death, that's the Camarilla.
Dude, I don't really
Make
think
a
I knew
tiny
my
business
sire,
out of
so you
enforcing
don't have to feel
vampire
bad for
laws
me.
like
Like,
this
I
one.
kind of think it was a one-night stand, and he creeped me out, man. He creeped me out. Did you see his hair?
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation. You know? It illustrates a point.
Did you just say cranberry sauce voice? I think I'll call you
Do what
Lucinda.
you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking.
I'm sorry, you were talking.
These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
Okay, so here's the door. We can't get through. So we're going to be looking for the key, as he said. Chances are it's in the safe. If you find a safe, that's usually where things are. But if you go, you'll see it's locked, and when you click your use button, it's not usable. But there's this cool handy note here. And this cool handy note, it says Chop Shop. So presumably that password is for the computer. And our available menu says safe, so we want to open this safe. We're going to click on that. We can use the password we got, or just to give an example of how hacking works, you're going to Control C, and if your hacking skill is high enough, which in this case it really is, you're going to get in. Okay, so we want to unlock the safe. The amount of times that I have done the password and then not actually used the command is astoundingly high. So just remember, use...
They're coming.
Lucinda, is that you?
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Okie dokie, brah. Sorry, chair. Yeah, things get in the way in this game. Okay. Well, this looks harmless enough, right? Jack, we need to work on your conflict resolution skills, dude. Not the best use of your time. Although they did do a hell of a lot of damage to me, so fuck them. Hey, Jack!
Waste to unlight. Hey! Look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs.
Is this what you do? You spend your time sniffing out people who you can feed off of?
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch.
Yeah, basically he's saying here what I said before, which is that some people have more blood than others.
That's the good stuff, but you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
So he talks about it as if it's quality over quantity, but in reality the game shows it as quantity over quality. Did I do that right? Yep, I definitely did that right.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Don't tell me what to do, man.
You kill one, even a worthless bum, by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity.
Who's coming, Lucinda? Stop messing with me.
The beast of the Atlantic.
Okay, who are you?
When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything.
Are you Fergus? Your name is now Fergus.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity.
Best advice I have ever received. Drain him, skin him, bash in his skull.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity and don't go.
Lucinda, you sound like you're in pain. I'm sure there are plenty bottles of pills hanging around, so I'll get you something.
Alright, now go feed. Careful though, he's gonna drain fast.
Okay, so as Jackie Boy said, if you kill this guy, you're gonna lose humanity. It stinks. My health is already almost full again, but let's see. There you go, see your health goes up. You don't have to drink very much from this derpy jackass here. And Jack.
Good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing. Now, give it a try.
Alright, well, we're gonna eat a rat. It's not gonna have any in-game repercussions, but it's kind of gross in theory. So you have to catch one of these jackasses though first, and they're not always that easy. And if they see you coming, they like run the other way. Apparently the rat AI is totally smarter than the guard AI in this game.
You rat sucker.
Screw you, Jack.
Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing. Keep it down. Got someone around the way here. Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Okay.
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay
Third
low
person
and
here
stick to
is
the
a
shadows,
Fergus again.
and don't let him see you. All right, go.
Okay, ta-ta. So, to sneak, you press Control, and then you are all crouched down, and you have this cool little thing next to your health bar, which will show you whether or not you are getting close to somebody seeing you. So, the first time I did this, I didn't realize it, but the dude is over there. You can see him right in my crosshairs. Random Sabat lackey, I guess. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna wait for him to walk past, because otherwise you're gonna run right into him. But then he gets shunted back by an explosion, turns around and walks away. So we can pretty much just sneak alongside the building and through the doors. Hey, Jack.
Quiet, they're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry, he's probably greener than you.
I can take him.
The Sabat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire. Now, he's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, fodder, put him out of his misery. He is a vampire, so be ready. Go get him.
Get him. Okay, so you're just gonna clicky clicky to attack. Ow. But apparently he was really easy to kill, even though I messed it up repeatedly. But then we can pick up his tire iron, and now we have a weapon. Really cool. So we can click I for inventory, and I'm gonna equip the weapon just doing this because it makes life a lot easier.
That's that. Sounds like you got another pack. The Sabat are going all out. Better head underground, avoid stray bullets. Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Okay. So, the thing about grates and stuff is if you get too close to them before you press open, they're gonna randomly get stuck. And it's not a big problem, but it's really irritating. So, it's a security guard here. Okay. So this is a thing that the unofficial patch added in, which is this random security guard hanging around. And this will show you what kind of things you can use to talk him down, to make him not shoot you to death. Okay, so the first one, as it says, it's the use of a discipline. So if you're a Malkavian, you're going to use Demontate. If you're a Ventry, you're going to use Dominate. And then if you are a Toreador, weirdly enough, it's a thing added in the unofficial patch, you can use Presence to do it as well. I am going to stick with Persuasion because, as I said, really like the Persuasion options.
You! Just stay back. Keep your distance. Now,
you
who
talk
the
to him?
hell are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
Although the Demontate option is way more entertaining.
Yeah, okay. Alright, this way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
I'm not gonna attack him. That does not sound like a fair fight, honestly. Okay. So interesting point of order. In the vanilla variant of this game without the unofficial patch, this thing glitched out all the time. So you have to sneak up behind this guy without him seeing you. Now you'll see that my sneak bar is already at 100. When it gets an exclamation mark, he's seen me. to sneak up to him. It's not working though. So, when you get within range, he's supposed to, you're supposed to get a little action button that shows that you can kill him, but for some reason it's not functioning very well. It used to do this, not as bad as this though. So let's see what happens. It still doesn't work. I'm going to see if I can use Obfuscate to do this. See, for some reason it only showed up when I attacked, which is pretty damn random. So, there we go. Finally the action button shows up. So I see the unofficial patch hasn't actually fixed that completely, but I'm sure they'll get that in order. And then we are going to... What is going on with my...
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Okay, let's take a look. Something weird happened now. Okay, so it wants me to blood buff.
You're in for it now.
To open the... Lucinda, that's not nice. I'll tell you who's in for it now. The Sabbat. I want to kick their butts. Their Sabbats. Okay. Yep. And you want me to use Auspex Coolios? Okay, so you can just scroll on your mouse wheel to change your discipline, which will show up under your health bar. Not health bar, blood bar. And then you can use your Auspex, run up on this guy and beat the hell out of him with your equipped tire iron. Because who does he even think he is, right? Oi! That's what you get, son. Okay. See, so cool thing, if you've got Auspex active, you can see Jack's aura, which is pretty awesome.
Up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
Okay.
Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
Right, let's see, it's gonna ask me to use another discipline here for the tutorial. Obfuscate. That's okay, I can do Obfuscate. Okay, so my Obfuscate 2 allows me to sneak. While I'm sneaking and not attacking anything, my Obfuscate timer is running and I am invisible. As soon as I try and attack people, then it will disappear. As soon as I use something like a door, it'll disappear. Okay, so we are going to use Demontate to incapacitate him. So we're going to go to Veil of Madness. And the idea is just to make him laugh himself silly so that we can sneak past him. So if you try and kill this guy in the tutorial, it's going to be like, nope, don't do that. My mouse is doing something fun. Just a moment. There we go. Fixed. And let's take a look. Okay, this part is marginally irritating because this system that they have in place here doesn't always work. So there is our Sabbat dude. If you have a discipline that allows you to mess with somebody's mind, or even if you're Tremere and you have a blood magic discipline, then you will see that you get a cool little red unk over their heads. It makes them easy to spot, at least. Now they want us to pick up one of these sardine cans, and basically what they want you to do is they want you to throw it. So you're gonna throw and release at the same time, and let's see if it did not make enough noise this time. The idea is for it to clatter. So it needs to do that and make him walk, and as you'll see, he's actually slightly coming towards us, which is a problem. I don't know if they changed it, but his direction used to be different. But we got through, so it's fine.
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Ah, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabbat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood. They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down
I
a human.
know too much.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die.
Yeah, you don't have to give it back to him.
I don't use guns.
But you're gonna pick up another one anyway, so you might as well.
Clumsy. practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped. Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
You're not wrong.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
Coolios. Okay, so we have a revolver. I hate revolvers, but let's have a look. We are going to equip our gun. And then we are going to see if we can shoot some bottles. And yeah, I'm a lazy jackass. I'm gonna... There, I got a bottle. One. Steal some ammo out of this box. Switch to a better weapon, because guns suck in this game. Well, at least early on. I think most weapons suck early on in games. Oh yeah, elevators are super entertaining in these games, mostly because it's marginally difficult to press the buttons. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sinus problem at the moment. And there is our first guy, and I'm gonna Veil of Madness the hell out of him. For no real reason, to be honest. And then I'm gonna go and beat this guy up. And I'm gonna eat this guy, but I'm failing at my feed attempts because his melee defense is pretty good, probably. There we go, got him. So basically your feed attack is F. You can use it in combat, but as I just showed you, it doesn't always work. If you have already a pistol and you run over somebody else's, you'll just pick up the ammo, not the weapon.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night. Until the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on and so on and so on. Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Well, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city.
How coincidental then that I should
A
arrive.
lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
So cynical, Jack.
Oh, boy. I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but... ah, hell, you'll figure it all out.
Alright, well... yes, obviously here I can give him his gun back. This is pretty much the end of the tutorial.
If you make it back, stop in at the last
Jack will
round.
just
There's a
keep
bar downtown.
giving you ideas of what you
I'll
need to
fill you in
do.
on the politics.
What he's going to do, obviously, is it's not really a quest item that you have, but when you're done with the first town-ish area district that you go into, which is Santa Monica, we're going to wind up going to downtown LA after that. We can't go before we've been through Santa Monica, and when we're there, we're going to go meet Jack again. So you won't see him through the entirety of Santa Monica, but we came away with a lockpick. Literally, my whole reason for doing the tutorial was the lockpick. Anyway, so as you can see, we've gotten some experience, and experience will allow us to purchase some things on our character sheets. Not really anything we want to purchase right now, so we can just wait it out until we've got a bit more. And, Lucinda. Anyway, this is our haven. We are going to stop here for now because the haven's very cool. There's a lot of interesting little things here to take a look at, but I don't want to keep you guys too long. And we will meet back here in a little while. Okay, thanks guys. It's been fun chatting.